Hello, my dear children. Can we continue the chapter Respiration in Organisms today? Breathing in other animals. Animals such as elephants, lions, cow, goat, frog, lizard, snakes, birds have lungs in their chest cavities, like the human beings. And we have discussed how we all are breathing and how do we get energy from our food. How do other organisms breathe? Do they also have lungs like those of human beings? Let us find out. This is the internal structure of a cockroach. A cockroach has small openings on the sides of its body. Can you locate that opening? Other insects also have the similar opening like this cockroach. These openings are called spiracles. Did you see the spiracles in this diagram? Insects have a network of air tubes called trachea. Did you locate the trachea in this diagram? This trachea for gas exchange. You know that all the living organisms need oxygen for inhaling, oxygen for respiration process, and release carbon dioxide. So here the oxygen rich air rushes through the spiracle. See, the spiracle are the outer opening. So through these spiracles, oxygen rich air will enter into the tracheal tube. Diffuses into the body tissue. What do you mean by diffusion? Diffusion means the movement of gas particle from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. So where will be the oxygen rich air will be present? Outside the insect body. So the diffusion of oxygen will happen here. Oxygen is more outside the body of the insect. So it will diffuses into the insect body. Okay, so diffuses into the body tissue and reaches every cell of the body. So you know that when every cell receive the oxygen, what process will happen there? Respiration, that breaking down of the food. So breakdown of food will happen and it will release carbon dioxide from the cell. So this carbon dioxide from the cell goes into the tracheal tube and moves out through spiracles. So these air tubes or trachea are found only in insects and not in any other group of animals. Can you identify this organism? It's farmer's best friend, earthworm. You all know that earthworms breathe through their skin. The skin of an earthworm feels moist and slimy on touching. So gases can easily pass through them. The next organism is frog. Frogs have a pair of lungs like human being. They have one more respiratory organ, that is their skin. They can also breathe through their skin, which is moist and slippery. That's why these frogs can live in both on land and in water. They are called amphibian because of this two respiratory organ. Can we breathe and survive in water? No. There are many organisms which live in water. How do they breathe underwater? Gills in fish help them to use oxygen dissolved in water. You can see in this diagram the water which contain dissolved oxygen will enter through the mouth. Gills are projections of the skin. You may wonder how gills help in breathing. Actually, gills are well supplied with blood vessels for exchange of gases. Do plants also respire? Definitely yes. Like other living organisms, plants also respire for their survival. They also take in oxygen from the air and give out carbon dioxide. In the cells, oxygen is used to break down glucose into carbon dioxide and water, as we have studied aerobic respiration. In plants, each part can independently take in oxygen from the air and give out carbon dioxide. We know about stomata. Stomata are the tiny pores present on the surface of the leaf. Through the stomata, plants can exchange the gases for respiration. Is only through stomata plants are respiring? No. Plants can respire through roots also. This is the root portion of a plant. Like all other living cells of the plants, the root cells also need oxygen to generate energy. Roots take up air from the air spaces present between the soil particle. Now you may understood how this loosening of the soil is very much important for the plants. So the plants will get enough oxygen, especially the root portion of the plant will get enough oxygen to breathe. So respiration will happen there. So root can grow properly. So healthy root can give a healthy plant. Can you guess what would happen if a potted plant is overwatered? If a pot contains a hole, then the leftover water can go through that hole. If without a hole means the water will be stored there and it will affect the plant body, especially the root portion of the plant body. Root will slowly destroy, and without a root the plant cannot absorb the nutrient from the soil, so it will affect the plant body. In this chapter we have discussed that respiration is a vital biological process. All living organisms need to respire to get the energy needed for their survival.